Right, me ducks, just a quick one tonight. If you saw the video last night where I did a walkthrough of the Magical Hours Tarot, at the beginning I mentioned that I'd met up with Cheryl. We had a meal together on Monday, and she very kindly brought along 2 new RWS decks. Now these are by Viewmond, so you might recall that about a month ago I had a 1909 Viewmond RWS deck that was on linen finish, and I really liked it. I thought the quality was really nice. It was reminiscent of the Centennial in terms of its kind of grunginess, that aged kind of a feel to it. Some of the images were cropped a little bit more than the original, but you know, everything that I needed to see was there. And then Cheryl now has started to stock Viewmond decks, and these 2 in particular, so she brought them along for me to have a look at. The first one is a Gilded deck, which I was like, ooh, a Gilded RWS deck. Now, I do have one Gilded RWS deck, grab it, which is the Pamela Coleman Smith Limited Gold Edition. And this is a beautiful deck. I've had it probably, I think, about 5 years it came out. And it has these fleur-de-lis background with this beautiful green. It is very glossy, and as you can see, it's got a gold gilding on it. The only thing that put me off is US Games used to put their copyright along the sides, and yeah, it just irked me a little bit. But that was the only thing. Can't say too much about it. Let's put the advertisement cards at the bottom. But that's the and I tend not to use it very often because of that. But also I'm not that huge on very thick glossy cardstock. So I'm hoping to, you know, get a lot of use out of this one. On the back, it says, this exquisite tarot deck combines timeless tradition with luxurious design, featuring the classic 1909 card imagery on each front and stunning gold foil patterns on the back. The card edges are beautifully gilded, creating a radiant, polished look that adds elegance to every reading. Perfect for collectors and enthusiasts alike. Well, I do fall into both collector of RWS decks and an enthusiast of RWS decks. This deck honours the beloved original artwork while elevating it with a premium finish, making each reading feel like a special ritual. Okay, so the box itself is really nice as well. It's got a metallic gold on black, very classy. These decks aren't that expensive, which is great as well. We've got the little book, quite a lot of text really, even for minors. No images or anything, but you know, just a little guidebook to start you off. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, I'm liking this. Let's try not to damage any of the gilding. Okay, so it's kept the roses and lilies, because when it said a gold foil back, it's like, you know, that takes away from the 1909 feel of it. But it's got the roses and lilies design. It's got a black border. And it's gold and black. It kind of reminds me a bit like the US Games gold and black and gold. But that's really nice quality, and it does have a very luxurious feel to it. Let me bring the camera down a little bit. Might be a little bit better to see. And interestingly as well, it has a black border, which I don't know if I've got any RWS decks with a black border. It's kind of almost like it's almost like a linen finish, but not quite a linen finish. But they are a little bit shiny, a little bit glossy, but not heavy set gloss. There's a close-up look at the backs, which are really nice. So again, it's just a straight up RWS. We're not using Pixie's font. It is a typed font, but very nice, clear lines, beautiful colours. Just parting the cards, because very often when you get gilt cards, they do stick together till you've used them a little while. But yeah, really nice. Look at that. Oh, I like the background. So there are some colour changes, some slight colour changes to some of the cards. Yeah, look at them. This is nice. This needs a bit of a crack. Okay, that should be better now. Yeah, it's not a classic straight up 1909. It's obviously based on that because the colours have changed and there aren't the little errors and imperfections that you get. But it's nice. It's nice colours. It's clean lines. There's no blotchiness. In fact, this is a really good copy to have. And again, if you're looking for an RWS deck, but perhaps you didn't like the original colour saturation, and look how clean the line work is. And this does have a really nice quality feel to it. Love this colour. This kind of reminds me of Albano Wheat. They're very in keeping, aren't they? I think Robin might like this one from Toadstool Tarot. He's a bit of an RWS connoisseur. Yeah, this is different to what I was expecting, but I'm pleasantly surprised because, you know, I've got a myriad of RWS decks, and if it had just been the case that it's gilded, nice, clean, sharp. I know I keep saying that, but that's what's standing out to me. And having a black border is fun as well. Oh my gosh, just listen to yourself, Simon. Having a black border is fun. What have I become? Yeah, I like it. That is really a beautiful deck. Viamond are really coming out with some good stuff. So the other one is a pastel edition. So this is the Gilded edition. And then we have this pastel edition here. Again, let's take a look. Oh, that feels lovely. That's got a really nice soft matte finish. That feels quality as well. Add a touch of brightness to your readings with this colourful twist on the classic 1909 tarot. Perfect for all readers, it offers a fresh, uplifting aesthetic whilst preserving the timeless wisdom of tarot. And then this strapline, it seems to be positive readings, Viamond. it does it here as well. 2-part box again, although this one is a little bit hard to get out. There we go. Do wish they just put like the little thumbnail cut out bits to, but then the more you use these boxes anyway, the easier they are to work with. Oh, that feels lovely. So again, a little book, different to the last one, very thin, and you just get kind of a paragraph at each card here rather than the full page, but the font is really small, really small. When you compare that to this one, you can really see the difference. But okay. Oh, nice. Love this colour combo. It's not gilded, but it's got this minty green and this peach colour. Really nice. And the cardstock is a very soft matte. It's not rose petal, but really nice cardstock. Again, not that I keep wanting to bang on about it, I've got to get over it, but here's a company that sell decks at a really reasonable price, very affordable, and their cardstock quality is wonderful. It can be done. So yeah, this seems to have, it's called the Pastel edition, but very much sort of pinks, tangerines, lime green, or mint green, I'd probably say more than lime. Really nice. Now this seems to honour Pix's artwork a little bit more, and we've got Pix's font, as you'll see here, rather than the typeface that we saw in the last one. But if we look at our lovers, and you look at I won't say it's redrawn, or mind you look at his face, maybe. But I can tell a difference. Okay. Anyway, I really like it. Now that's kind of traditional. I mean, the gown, the cloak is like a lilac. It's very pale, and you could look at that and think it's grey, and not really thinking that it's done a lot to that card, but it has. Here again, we get these two contrasting colours, the pinks and the mint green. I guess the question that jumps to my mind is, you know, how many, oh, that's beautiful. How many more RWS decks can there be? How many more variations can we get? But, you know, if there's going to be a deck, see, this is more 1909, do you see what I mean? The difference here. So again, looking at the sun here, it's been altered. The line, little squiggle there, pop that there and getting cards everywhere. The little squiggle there is not there. That said, this is beautiful. They both are. They're both really, really nice. And yeah, so in answer to my own question, you know, while ever deck creators are coming up with different versions of the RWS, they're going to appeal to somebody, aren't they? So and it's not anything new. You know, when we think back to the De Laurence, etc., and Albano Waite in university books giving different colours, and I like the fact that the courts as well are very uniformed in their colours. That's good, I like that. And I think it's great, you know, the price point of these decks. You don't need to spend a lot on tarot. We've discussed in the community before how even mass market decks now are upwards of £50 for some decks that are coming out, and even more sometimes. We've always kind of expected to pay more for indie decks because the creator very often has had to fund themselves, or, you know, rely on the backing of pledges and things, or, you know, they can only do a limited print run, and that's the whole point of mass market. They can, you know, print them out on a large scale, which should then technically bring the price down, but we're seeing them go upwards and upwards all the while, and I've even had to think twice about getting some particular decks. But then you get companies like Reimagine, and then there was another one, I mean, these Insight editions aren't too expensive either, but it is quality that you're buying. So long may it continue. It might force, you know, some other big publishers to review their, and again, we've got the 4 different courts here, but with that uniformed coloration. Like it, really nice. So 2 new RWS decks brought into my collection. Thank you, Cheryl, for bringing them to me for when we met up on Monday. And yeah, let me know your thoughts. I know a few people bought the vintage one that I showed a few weeks ago. Do you think either of these will come into your collection? Thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.